welcome to this review brought to you by Wisdom Yard Television. I am Ayomiko, and thank you very much for joining us today. It's been an amazing week so far, and today's Wednesday. We're still going on with the news review. So I have with me in the studio today Mofi Folua. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Exactly. So if you're yet to subscribe to the channel, please do that right now, and make sure you're following every of our social media platform. Please, thank you very much. So we'll be reviewing news, of which we'll first state out the headlines from different newspapers, after which we'll be talking about the news in details. So from Vanguard newspaper, we have the following headlines. Election logistics in danger with fuel scarcity, INEC. Order from above, police, soldiers, FRC stop Niger Pro Tinubu rally. I am determined to enthrone professionalism in NCA DG. 2023 poll will be the best, Senate President assures European Union observers. Kenya Raila Odinga. Osun Governor Tribunal. Opponents of BVAS out to discredit it, Igini. Polls. Court declines to compel INEC allow temporary voters card. The Punch newspaper has the following headlines. New Naira racketeering, EFCC to raid Lagos, Kaduna for accord currency occurs. I am ready to work with Peter Obi, Kwakwaso, Atiku. Bauchi Labour Party campaign director dumps Obi for Atiku. UNICAF signs memorandum of understanding with soft alliance. Make our borders impenetrable, Buhari orders immigration. Reps dumps 22.7 trillion naira loan request, OK's 1 trillion naira borrowing. Osun Tribunal, Adeleke didn't forge certificate, says 8. The Daily Post has the following headlines. 2023 election elements in presidential villa working against Tinubu, El-Rufai. Crack in Wike's G5 as Ikone's death unsettles Ikpiasu. New Naira notes, customers stranded, keep vigil as scarcity worsen in Kogi State. Peter will be working to divide Muslim and Christians, Adamu Garba. Guardian newspaper has the following headlines. Buhari not attacked in Kano says presidency. Osun Tribunal, Bugawon comment was made in passing, says Oyetola lawyer. Nations newspaper has the following headlines. Emefiele says, banks to blame for the scarcity of new Naira notes. I am not ready to join issues with Tinubu, says Emmanuel. Women hold town hall for Tinubu Shetima in KB State. Thank you very much for joining us today, and this is still news review. If you're yet to subscribe to the channel, like I said earlier, please make sure you do that right now, and also follow every of our social media platforms. So stay tuned. So we're moving to our hot picks now, and on the first note we have Emefiele. He's saying that the banks are the ones that you should blame when it comes to the scarcity of the new Naira note. The governor of CBN, Godwin Emefiele, has earlier said today that instead of the bank being handing the new Naira note out to the people who need it, they are handing it to those that are using it for parties and spraying it at events. Yeah. He said some of them have not even compiled with the directive to only load the new Naira notes on the automatic seller machine. And cash-strapped Nigerians have been toiling to withdraw money from the ATM across the country, all to no avail. So banks has also stopped issuing the old notes, which will cease to be the legal tender on February 10, but the new notes have been scarce, according to him. Emefiele, however, clarified the old notes can still be deposited after the extended deadline, that is after February 10. You can still deposit your old Naira notes until February 17. He said that anti-graft agencies have been sent after erring banks and officials. So he has identified that for the fact that the new Naira note has been quite scarce and people are not accessing it as it should be, considering the fact that the deadline is just here. But he is telling us that we have identified where the problem is coming from, and it's coming from the bank. So you all should not be scared because of employ the initiatives of security agencies to make sure they are going after all of those banks that are erring and not compiling.
They should actually go after them because it is very, very necessary. I can't imagine when they ask you people to do something and you just keep making life difficult for every other person.
Exactly.
It is everybody that needs this money, not just a particular set of people or people that you can gain from. Because at the end, you know, when we've been talking about this no naira notes and all of those things, and I just keep saying these people, I don't know, they're just doing what they want, what they like. So if the CBN gives a rule for an anti-graft company or agency to go after these banks that are not dispensing the new notes, or they should probably arrest the bank officials or something, if that's going to make them do the right thing, then there's no problem about it. We can't, the old naira notes is no longer in circulation.
Are you sure?
At least, okay, CBN was saying they've been
certain places that
now what I'm saying is CBN has said they've been able to at least acquire about 70% of the old 75% of the old naira notes. So to a reasonable extent, it's not even as much as it were in circulation. Now the new note that we are supposed to see, they're supposed to be in circulation, is not also in circulation. So where is the money going to? And there is no record of embezzlement or anything like that.
Even if there were records of embezzlement, we don't be with the new naira because it's just very young.
So it's just the banks should actually do better and they should stop making these things difficult. If okay, fine, we know that you all want to make money, but don't use us to make money.
They are always banks make a lot of money.
See,
and the ways they do that are very funny that you even think of.
They should just dispense the money out and they should stop ordering it and reserving it for their influential customers.
So Nigerians, be settled, don't have to panic because of the new naira note. According to Emefiele, all things that need to be done will be done in due course. And don't even have any issue, you know, in getting your new naira note because all the banks that have ceased, that have stopped dispensing the money to you, well, have no choice but to do that right now because they don't want to be, you know, you can't just say because of little things like this, have your bank shut down.
I know.
So they will just have to do the right thing at the right time.
Regardless of this, some banks will still fall victim. They will still do what they are not supposed to do.
You know, somebody has to be the scapegoat.
Correct.
For others to know that it's serious. Okay, meanwhile, in the other news, we have 2023 election, and here we're having Rufai saying something that I found quite funny. It says, elements in the presidential villa is working against Tinubu. According to him, Governor Nasir Al-Rufai of Kaduna State has said that some elements in the Nigeria's presidential villa are actually working against Tinubu, the presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress, APC. He also revealed that the individuals had their candidates in the previous APC presidential primaries and were unable to win. So because of that, they are still pained. So to him, you know, he's just singing Timaya song to us that they see us, they pay the, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah. So he actually disclosed this while having a question and answer earlier. He actually said that governor, there are individuals that are hiding behind the president Muhammadu Buhari. He made mention of some certain elements, like some certain things they are doing. And I want to deduce from his proposition that the fuel scarcity, the new naira notes, all of those policies that are just coming up are actually part of the old things that
also mentioned
because it's obviously working against them. So he actually said that they are trying to get loose to the election, and they are also hiding behind president's desire to do what he thinks is right. So according to him, he feels like what Buhari is doing, Buhari actually thinks that it is right, but to him, you know, indirectly stating, it's just being ironical and trying to tell us that what I mean is that Buhari is doing nonsense, but then it feels like he's doing the right things. He now said, because how can you have a capital budget of 200 billion naira for the federal roads and then spend 2 trillion naira on petroleum subsidy? This was a conversation I had with the president in 2021 when the subsidy thing started and all of that. He gave another example of which he said I will give is another example I will give is the new currency redesign, like I earlier said. You have to understand that the president and people are blaming the governor of the central bank for the currency redesign, but no, you have to go back and look at the first outing of Buhari as the president. He said this, that Buhari, the Agbon regime, changed our currency and did it in secrecy with a view to catching those that are stashing away illicit funds and all of that. So that is just in summary that it feels like the new naira redesign, the petroleum, whatever, the food scarcity, the infrastructural projects and all of that actually working against them, and it believes that it's not supposed to.
Do you know one funny thing that happens in this country? When something is not working in your favor, you feel like it's working against you.
Exactly.
You know what? This thing Erifai has said, you know what they call it in Yoruba? Ogundile. And now, because now you're saying some people in Asorok, APC.
Exactly.
They are working against you. And this is still the same party, this is still the same person Buhari has endorsed. And you're saying, you feel like, you know, Buhari, the people that are working for you endorse
you know, earlier they actually spoke about the fact that Buhari presidency has been given this kind of lukewarm vibe. Like it's been having a
the truth is,
when it comes to
of course, it's at a point I was feeling like this whole thing is not even affecting these people because they go about their daily activities. No matter how hard it is, they still go out, and we are the ones that actually, you know, feel the whole thing. But with this, I want to believe that they're also feeling it,
but
because
it's as much as,
of course, it's that if either of them, any of them is feeling what I am feeling about the fuel scarcity, about the
naira redesign,
Nigeria will break.
You know, I right now I'm actually thinking about what happens to me in the next minutes because I'm stranded. I don't have cash with me. I don't have any cash.
And you can't even use the you can't make transfers. You can't use the ATM.
Let's forget about ATM stand now.
Yeah.
But talking about transfer, okay, I have money I want to give you. You know, they will tell you there is no cash.
Yeah.
So apparently, I can't even make transfer to some certain people.
All right. So Erifai saying some people under Buhari are working against Tinubu and all of those things. It's just them still being political. If actually there is no other things to all of these things, if there is a particular government that actually wants to make things work for people, regardless of however they take it or however they go about it, at least everybody is able to understand the fact that they're just trying to make things work for us. If there is no ulterior motive to how the whole thing is affecting you, I don't think you should keep complaining and complaining. These people, okay, you're saying they're using the fuel scarcity to work against you. It is affecting everybody. Why does it have to be APC? Why does it have to be Tinubu?
But my question is, why does it have to be election period?
The thing is, see, okay, of his examples, he mentioned that at the last time they redesigned, they changed the notes. It was just to check those that are embezzling, some illegal, exactly what they want to do. See, election is coming, and we know how our politicians behave during the election period. We know how they bribe people. You know how they give money out just for people to vote for them. So that alone, there is no even currency they want to give. So it is very difficult to bribe people to give things out like that. That's why they feel like, no, this thing is directed at us, is to punish us. Because all of their political gimmicks, everything they've planned out, okay, by February 1st, we start giving them 10,000 naira, we start doing this and that. Those things are not in place anymore. So how do you want them to feel like these people are attacking us? They want to redesign because of us. They want to do this and that. So it's just basic, and it is so glaring. So it should be glaring to Nigerians now. We should be able to understand all of these things, the motive behind the whole thing. So it's just basic knowledge.
This issue of fuel scarcity, I can still accept that of naira redesign, fine, trying to fish out. But this issue of fuel scarcity is excruciating because I can't even okay, fine. I will say because I don't have a car, it's not affecting me. That's a lie. People that I'm just trying to.
I'm trying to say it's affecting.
Exactly, it affects everybody.
Yeah.
Imagine wanting. I saw somebody. I was just reading a particular meme like that, and it was saying like egg, just one egg.
Yes.
At maybe canteen or restaurant is now being sold for 150 naira. I was like, egg of 35 naira or 20 naira then. Let us say, okay, fine, we accepted the decided selling for 100 naira and everybody was fine. So what would the egg vendor tell to us that, okay, it's because of the scarcity?
And they need to feed their fowls, and of course they will transport the feed, they will do this and that.
It's just affecting everybody. Yeah. And so I just feel, aside the fact that this Erifai is talking from the perspective of a politician and looking out for just because they want to talk and all of that, we should also understand the fact that this naira redesign, the policy is actually a very good one, will love it, and it would at the end of the day be beneficial to Nigerian citizens. But to get a good thing, you need to pass through some rough patches. That's just how it shows that
no pain,
exactly, no pain, no gain. So before success, you have to go through some level of rigors. And as well as the fuel scarcity, I'm not supporting that, because that is not the type of rigor we want to go through. And I'm just giving a kind of call out, to the federal government that please, whatever it is you feel like you should do or you want to do, just please do that for us concerning this fuel scarcity of a thing. It's actually overbearing. And in the other news, Buhari is saying this and urging the immigration services that make our borders impenetrable. Please. Okay, the President, Major General Buhari, has ordered the Nigerian immigration to make sure that the service, the country's border, is impenetrable to infiltrators ahead of the forthcoming election. This was actually said in a statement made available to the journalists by the Ministry of Interior on Tuesday. Minister Raiwu Aregbesola, represented by his media advisor, Shola Fasure, was actually conveying the report of Buhari while inaugurating the Katsina NIS Command Office and the rollout of the enhanced e-passport in the state. So Buhari is trying to urge the immigration services that fine, we understand that at this moment a lot of people might be dishing out into the country, all in the name of just coming to the country, for one thing or the other, but it might actually be these guys to come and disrupt the peaceful election that will be held February 25. And did I even forget to say that happy new month to you all? It didn't even cross my mind. Exactly, this is February, and the long anticipated election is just 24 days from now. Yeah. Wow, that's actually it's just here. Since last year we were saying February 25, February, and it's just here. It's just air. So please, it's actually urging the independent. Sorry, did I say
the immigration
to please look out for any kind the nook and crannies of the country. Make sure that every of our borders are secured. We don't want people to just come in just anyhow and do whatever it is.
Judging with the fact that we should I even I'm not even supposed to say this kind of thing, but then it's the truth. We are prepared for the worst. We are prepared for war. We are prepared for anything. There might be any breakouts at any time during the election. People might start shooting and all of those things. It's just a basic thing we know in Nigeria. Although I'm not praying for that kind of thing to happen, but we are prepared. So if in our own country we have that kind of plan B, we shouldn't have people intruders that will still cause more problems for us. So of course immigration, they've actually been doing a good job, unless I don't know but then they should
start not doing
so they should make sure they keep doing their good jobs and don't let just anybody. And why should just anybody even come into the country, not even at this period? I mean, let me say it that way.
We are just pregnant of election.
Yes, we are very, very fragile at the moment. We feel like an egg at the moment, so we don't even want.
The egg is now 150 now.
So we don't want anybody to. We don't want intruders. We just want peace in the country. And of course, I want to pray ahead for the. I said we are prepared for the worst, but then it's just the basic you should have at the back of your mind. I don't want any problems in the country. We don't pray for such, but then please be careful and.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to the 2023 election. A lot of things will actually happen, but we'll pray for the good things to happen, like you rightly said. But in the same way, don't be a political thug. Be a vessel unto honor and not a vessel unto dishonor. Don't be used as an instrument to the destruction of the peaceful election that will be coming up. Just try everything you can do. Make sure that you're exercising your civic rights in the right way. Don't let anybody manipulate you just because of talking, okay? And that's just like my advice to you all. Thank you. So we have this new news and still concerning the INEC and this 2023 election. Elections logistic in danger with fuel scarcity. Oh my God. According to the INEC, according to Yakubu, he actually said that we're mobilizing 100,000 vehicles and 4,000 boats for the deployment of personnel and materials to 176,846 polling units spread across the 8,809 registration areas. That is the electoral ward in 774 local government areas nationwide. So according to him, he actually said that following the continuous scarcity of the fuel across the country, we feel that this development can hamper the election day logistics. While the national and in the other news, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company (NNPC) actually assured the Electoral Commission of an adequately supply, like there will be adequate supply of fuel during the period of election. Especially the major election, which is the presidential election and also the governorship election. And they said that the scarcity would even be resolved before the polls. And also the consultative meeting with officials of the National Union of Road Transport Workers (NURTW), INEC Chairman Prof. Mahmoud Yakubu actually said the meeting was to put finishing touches to the implementation of the Memorandum of Understanding signed between the Commission and the Union in December 2022. So in summary, NNPC have actually assured the Nigerians as well as the INEC that whatever it is that is happening right now, we'll understand and we're begging you to please endure with us, bear with us, but don't you fret. Before the 2023 general election, all things would have been resolved. So this fuel scarcity that we're facing here and there, and it's really causing havoc and damage to our businesses, we should be rest assured that by the end of, before the election, February 25, so that means in a few days, the whole of the fuel scarcity should be resolved.
So that Nigeria wouldn't become a failed state. Because I can't imagine how fuel crisis is going to disrupt
the whole likelihood of doing that.
That's what I'm saying. If it does, then that means we have failed as a country. Because I don't see, you see this country, I will keep saying this, just keep praying for this country. Because sincerely speaking, it's saddening that fuel scarcity might disrupt election process. Do you know for how long INEC had been preparing ahead? Do you know every facility that had been put in place? Even right now, they're supposed to start deployment of some of their materials to local government areas, but they can't because of fuel scarcity. And I feel like this should be a federal thing. The federal government should work with INEC, INEC should work with NNPC, NNPC should work with whoever they want to work with. Even if it's just for INEC, let them do their job. There should be no form of disruption or distraction. Now, even INEC is threatened by the old fuel scarcity. What more should Nigerians say? I mean, it's just so sad. And my only fear right now is them postponing that election because of fuel scarcity.
I don't even want to imagine that. I've actually been seeing a lot of news flying here and there, even though I want to believe that I would not believe it.
Okay.
There's been a lot of things, a lot of people saying that there are probabilities that this election will be cancelled or postponed till further notice, just to solve the basic insurgencies we're facing. The Naira redesign, the fuel, the
I think the reason this whole thing is choking is because of the fact that we are all, is that you are on the queue for money, not even the new one now, for money or for fuel or for this and that. So the whole thing is coming at the same time. PVC2 is dead, the collection of PVC, everything is just choking, and it's not, even the sun is too much. The whole thing is just combining together and it's giving us a very hard time. But I just hope that the federal government does something about this whole thing, because I can't imagine them postponing this election. It wouldn't even make any sense to me.
Exactly. Just the same way Fee said something right now, and something pops up on my mind. Is it that I should now call on to Mother Nature, that at least if Nigeria is not favorable to us, maybe Mother Nature should please calm down, temper justice with mercy.
I mean, I'm just trying to imagine those that work under the sun.
Can you even imagine when we're going to vote and everybody has to queue under the scorching sun? Oh my God, it's actually not even something I want to imagine right now, because anyway, still talking about INEC now. I think we have a lot of things to talk about INEC. This is the fact that the election is just here. We have this news that reads that the court declines to compel INEC to allow temporary voters card. This is actually very funny. The Federal High Court sitting in Abuja yesterday struck out a suit seeking to compel the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) to allow registered voters unable to collect their permanent voters card (PVC) before the deadline to participate in the forthcoming general election using either their temporary voters card or the voters identification number (VIN). The court, in a judgment delivered by Justice Binta Nyako, struck out the suit on the premise that the deadline INEC gave for the collection of PVC across the federation has not elapsed. And before I don't even need to go on reading this, because I also, when I saw the news, I was like, fine, I get the point of those people that actually filed the suit. It's just they want everybody to be involved, everybody to be able to vote. But in the other news, if we should try to do that, then there will be some perpetrators, using that as a link, to do some things.
I also feel they shouldn't do it that way.
They shouldn't.
They should be strict with it is either your PVC or nothing. Because, okay, I don't know, I really don't know how the old BVAS process works, but I want to believe it works with your fingerprint and your card. So if I
think it works with the
facial recognition,
and it has to do with the iris.
Anyways, however way it works, they should be strict with this whole thing, because if it's possible for somebody to either use NIN or PVC or BVN or anything, just to mention, to be able to vote, then that means if I use my PVC, I can go somewhere else and say, I've not voted though, I want to. And the PVCs that are still left in INEC offices, people might even just bomb the place and pick up the PVCs and use it to vote for other parties and all of those things. So a lot of it, I feel like it might generate a form of criminality. The electoral processes will be tampered with, and that shouldn't happen. So I don't think that should work. I don't think it should.
On that note, I feel like if you have to collect your PVC, you should go through that, because right now February 8th is just by the corner. If you are still waiting, that it's still February 8th, my love, you'll be disappointed that February 8th will just come and go. Just the way we've been anticipating February 25, exactly. We've been at February 25, should be still February 8th. And just look at this now. This is February 1st, and we just have 24 days to go. So another news here, we have El Roof. I mentioned El Rufai before. Okay, this is the last news, and this is actually getting to me because I don't know on what grounds Adamu Garba has to make the statement. He actually said that ahead of the 2023 election, Peter Obi is working to divide Muslims as well as Christians. When I saw the headlines alone, I was just like, let me look into this, because I want to believe that
must have done something.
Something, exactly. A chieftain of the All Progressive Congress APC, Adamu Garba, has accused the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, of playing a dangerous religious game in the northern part of the country. According to him, while making use of his Twitter handle earlier, he said, and I quote, "Peter Obi is playing a dangerous religious game in the north. All his recent northern tours are targeted at predominantly Christian areas. He needs to know that he can't export his IPOB games to the north. The north is a united Muslim and Christian domain, and he can't divide us." He also said that he and his cohorts, in addition to his collaborators, cannot set us against each other. This has been the game of Obasanjo for a very long time. He tried it for 8 years and could not succeed. He attempted to use Jonathan against us but failed. Now he's trying to use Peter Obi, but we know we will not accept this. So he said that if you want to be the president, go everywhere, but we actually noticed that whatever game Obi is playing is not actually just so reaching to us. So I want to just point out the places he visited according to him.
Okay.
So because he decided to give us some level of statistics so that we can understand what he's trying to talk about. He said that Peter Obi went to Kano and did not visit the Sabo Gari. He also went to he did not visit the Emir. He also went to Kaduna and he neglected the Emir. He also went to Yola and did not visit Lamido or Mubi Emir. So it has been a trend when it comes to Peter Obi
visiting North. So what should we say about APC that had a Muslim to Muslim ticket? What should we say to that?
Okay.
I mean, if somebody is going about campaigning, I want to believe that for every business you want to do, you would have your targeted audience.
Sure.
You would have the people you want them to work for you. Okay. So I don't know if Peter Obi is visiting some Christians and he's not going to the Muslim. I feel like it's just his own strategy. It's what he wants to do. Okay. It's not like getting into wherever he visited. He's saying, okay, I've come to meet the Christians, I don't have any business with the Muslim. It is only Christians I want your vote. It is only this and that. So see, I don't know. They should face. I say this thing every time about these political parties. Instead of them to focus on the major thing, they'll leave it they will start minding another person's business. How is it their business that somebody is visiting a particular place and not visiting the other? If they also want to do it, okay, fine. If it was that when he visited, like I mentioned earlier, when he visited those places, he made some comments or he said some things or he made some move that is already seeming like a threat to the other religious group, then we can start saying all of this.
But okay, I don't understand where you're coming from, but my point here is that when it is a kind of debate, you see they'll say, I give the chairman, the panel of judges.
Yeah.
I think give honor to whom honor is due.
I get it.
It's quite inappropriate for Peter Obi to visit a particular state. You know, for example, visiting let's say Ogun State.
Okay.
Maybe you went to maybe Ijebu and you did not even pay homage to Awujale of Ijebu land. Okay. You know, it's just like, even if it's not, you don't have interest. Just okay, I mean, even the king or whatever would accommodate.
But then the question is that a crime? Is that a sin?
No, it's not a crime. Okay, from the point I'm talking from a point of view whereby I'm feeling like that can actually enhance his credibility as well as his success in the forthcoming elections. We can actually say that fine, he has a lot of crowd already, but there are some stones that should not be left unturned. So you need to know that the emir of Sokoto, the emir of whatever, they actually have a kind of high value when it comes to the whole.
It's just basic respect,
exactly, respect.
But then I get your point, and I'm not disputing everything you've just said, but looking at it in another way, before he goes to visit somewhere, I'm sure he must have emir of Kineko, I want to come and visit though.
Okay.
I want to, or of course he has a committee, he has campaign, whatever, and all of those things. They must have probably written letters, or so we don't know if he actually wrote to those people and they felt like don't come. It's not like he would come out to say, okay, I wanted to visit this person, he said I should not come to his place. It's not possible. So we wouldn't know until if probably Peter Obi now comes out to say, no, I actually went this, and that's not even necessary. You don't have to prove a point, just do your thing and leave the rest.
Okay, this is Nigeria. Just
look how we're living now.
Everything is just quite upside down, but whatever it is, no matter how hard Nigeria becomes, we will sure succeed. You know, just have that at the back of your mind that even in full scarcity, economic downcast, everything here and there, insurgency, Ayomiko will surely make it.
I will make it.
Yes.
And whoever survives in Nigeria, forget it, can survive anywhere in the world.
Okay.
Even in hell, person survive.
No, you better don't compare Nigeria to Hey, stop it. Have you been there?
No, I wouldn't be there. But Nigeria is very hard. If you can survive Nigeria, you can survive anything.
Exactly, you can survive anything. So the life is sure throws some shades at us. We just need to, test it and make sure that we are strong at all times. You stand strong. Don't mind us at all time, okay? And thank you very much for joining us today on the show. I remain Ayomiko, and we actually did this together with Mofi Follow, and it's been an amazing one with you, helping us by subscribing, following, and also sharing the platform to everyone all over the world.
Yeah.
And until next time, we'll be meeting tomorrow, the same time and the same platform, Wisdom Television. Do stay happy and be always at peace.